Speaking of going through life, however it goes through us, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself to you before I brought you into my house, sir. What was it you go by?
You could just call me Deacon X, man.
Deacon X, because X gonna give it to you. Just a little. That's a weird reference.
I don't follow that.
I understand. Well, is your name Deacon, or are you a deacon of some sort? Is there some sort of religious aspect to you? I mean, you seem to be wearing a very velvety robe, which is it just looks so comfortable. I wish I could have some sort of comfort wear such as yours, like a Hugh Hefner.
One day I could have my wife make you something.
Ooh, she knows how to hand make these garments you have?
Yeah, they all do.
Oh, good. They all you have more than one wife?
Yeah.
Huh.
You don't?
I have none wives, actually, which is, I mean, some would say that's a problem, but I would say who wants to bring a child into the anarchy that is this current world? Then again, that's just a excuse for me to sit inside playing video games more. But that's enough about me and video games. That's the second time I brought it up in less than 5 minutes. There's so much sadness in my excited voice. Anyway, so how does that work? How you doing with that?
Pretty good.
That's good to hear. What are their names? How many are there? First of all, how many wives?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Those are both how many and their names?
Certainly.
I don't mean to offend with my laughter, but that is creative, if anything. It's like legal.
It keeps it simple.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to mix them up. You'll end up being like, oh, Glenda, you're too close to Linda. No, be like 4, 5, get over here. There you go. They're fine with it. Do you have any children?
Oh, plenty of them.
Oh, good. With which wives? Like 2 and 4 or 5?
All of them. I wouldn't marry them if they couldn't, produce me heirs.
Obviously, you do want fertile. I don't want to say lands. That sounds offensive. Fertile women for your fertile future.
Yeah, it's a little hard to plant the seed when not much grows anymore, so plant as many seeds as you can.
I don't see why you wouldn't want to plant seeds in a person. I giggle. I giggle too much about seed planting. Well, how are your children doing? Are they well?
It's unfortunate. They're, quite frankly, some of them are gimpy. I've had plenty of stillborns.
That's unfortunate.
A lot of mutations.
Mutations are.
Oh yes.
Are any of your wives mutants, or are they just mutating them?
I married a mutant once, and she tried to eat me. So
you don't
I had
really
to divorce her.
They some of them get a little bitey. You divorced it with sort of like a King Louis situation. Just divorcing her right with the axe. Just respectable.
This is why I'm a deacon. I had to lay down the law.
Just protect yourself under the law of whatever good Lord you believe in. What is exactly the lordship of your deaconage? None of those words technically make sense, but I'm going to say them like they do.
It sounds fair to me. Quite frankly, I really don't know what we believe. I just believe nobody should come between me and my wives, and I'm trying to repopulate this great country.
That's good.
Somebody's got to.
That's a solid plan. I mean, it's always good not to assume the shape or size or will of your own lords, as long as he is there to protect you through all of your wifage. Wifage is that's a very 90s
I
slang
prefer to
term.
call them concubines.
Concubines is a much better words than wifage. That's a 10-point word right there in Scrabble. There's more points than that. I don't know why I chose 10 as the top of the scale. Anyway, enough about Scrabble. All your various concubines. They do they also have equally devout beliefs in whatever system brings you all together?
I wouldn't keep them if they didn't.
That's right. You gotta, opposites don't attract. Not in this day and age.
Mm-mm.
You can tell.
Don't have time for disagreement.
Yeah,
that's why the world blew up.
Disagreements do not make the world go round. If anything, they stop them in a very fiery wasteland fashion. So you just gotta. I mean, I'm in the market for a good wife. How's that church you have? I'm assuming you go to a church of some sort to meet.
Yeah, I have my own.
Eat, pray, and love in there. So we can. I'd love to come to your church and meet some fine ladies who may become wives of my own. Because
coming in this church is all what it's all about.
All right. Is it sort of like the the classical styles of churches where there's, pews and all sorts of fine hangery and glass, or is it nice and simplistic where there's just a place?
Basically have people come in and, we could swap wives. If you have a good wife, that's a good way to get in.
I believe there used to be a show about that called Wife Swap, which is an interesting... You probably didn't base your religion off of the TLC show Wife Swap. I don't even know if it was TLC.
Oh, I did watch it back in the day, yeah.
Good.
I like the one with the little fat kid that loves bacon.
Oh, yeah, and he was just like...
bacon's good for me.
Yeah, bacon's good for me. And everyone's
the lady tried to take away his bacon, and he's like, I don't like this crap.
It's true. You can't take away a fat kid's bacon. It should be against the law.
No. It didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
The kid packed his bags and left. He's like, you're never going to see this face again.
She's
going to try to catch me, but she ain't going to go too far in those little high heels.
You really did study that episode of Wife Swap very well. Is that a whole part of the scripture of your church? Is that episode of Wife Swap?
I've seen the clip a few times.
That's good. Thou shalt not take away the bacon.